Hey there, just reading the paper, which is the topic for today's video. It's the front page of a newspaper, and there are certain parts to the front page that I would like to go through. First up, we will find at the very, very top of a newspaper is the banner. Okay, the banner here. It's always up the top. It's the name of the newspaper. The second thing that you'd probably notice most on the front page of a newspaper is the headline. Okay, and the headline is the writing that's in the biggest, boldest print. So in this case, it's 50-50 brawl game. Now what you'll find with headlines, and especially in tabloid papers, is that you will find they use a play on words. They might use alliteration, which is the repeated sound of a letter over several words. They might use a pun just to grab the reader's attention. Here's an example of another headline. Pepper spray. Okay, you got an article here about Port player Pal Pepper. Okay, and they're using a play on his name there, Pepper Spray, the little incident that he got up to not that long ago. So when you're thinking about a headline, try and think of a catchy little play on words or something just to grab the reader's attention. Now the lead story is always related to the headline. Okay, so 50-50 brawl game, the lead story is underneath the headline or next to the headline. And usually it just gives you a really, really short snippet about what the article is about that you'll find inside. So it's leading into the inside of the paper. So in this instance, it's a story about a couple of politicians, and then there's a full report inside the paper. So with the lead story, they'll usually just have the most interesting or the most attention-grabbing stuff. So you'll go, oh, I want to read that. And you'll buy the newspaper. Okay, the next thing you'll find usually that grabs your attention is the main image, and in this instance it's the picture here, this large picture. Okay, it's the picture that takes up most of the front of the newspaper, and it doesn't always match the headline. So here we've got 50-50 brawl game, but we've got a picture of a little girl sitting or laying down in the grass. So this is another instance of what's inside the newspaper. They'll just have like another little tiny headline and a little bit about what the story's about, just to grab that reader's attention again, because we are very visual. We like to see things, and then that will just give you an idea about what's inside the newspaper. Speaking of what's inside, you'll always have a column or a row with a couple of stories that you'll also find inside the newspaper. So here we can see we've got two articles, some stories that you'll find inside, or an offer and a story. With this one, you've got down this side, you've got a column, okay, down here, and that gives you an idea about what else you'll find in the newspaper. On this one, again, they use that column feature to show you what's inside the newspaper, and this one's a little bit different. They use rows. So down the bottom here, we've got these equal rows of some other stories that you'll find inside the newspaper. Okay, a couple of the minor things that you'll always find on the front page of a newspaper is the cost, and you'll usually find it underneath the banner. Okay, depending on the type of newspaper, whether it's a tabloid or a broadsheet, will affect the cost of the paper. And then finally the weather, and that's usually up the top or also underneath the banner, and it just gives you the next day's forecast or the forecast for the week. So they're the main parts of the front page of the newspaper, and the only thing that will change is the layout of them. Okay, so in this one, we've kind of got like a half-half split of the lead story headline and the picture, the main picture. And then you've got these little even splits here of some other images. But what you will always find is that everything is boxed in. Okay, everything is in line, everything is within proportion. Okay, so the more examples you look, the more you can identify them. Okay, front pages of newspapers, keep everything within a box. Here on the side, everything is within the same width. Okay, so it's just those things like that to look for on the front page. Gives you an idea. Here's another one. Okay, equal column down there, and everything is boxed in down the bottom for the story. So it's just those little layout details that you can also identify on the front page of a newspaper. Thanks for watching. Bye.